About 2 years ago, I was driving from New York down to Tennessee to visit an old college friend. It was already past 1 a.m. by the time I reached Virginia, and honestly, I could barely keep my eyes open anymore. The rain had started getting heavier, and the roads were almost completely empty. I decided to stop at the cheapest motel I could find, just so I could sleep for a few hours before getting back on the road. The motel looked old and almost abandoned. Flickering lights outside, cracked walls, barely any cars in the parking lot. The woman at the front desk barely even looked at me when she handed me the key. The second I walked into my room, something already felt wrong. The air smelled damp, and the walls were so thin I could hear almost everything from the room next door. At first, it sounded like a couple arguing, a man yelling, then a woman yelling back. But after a few minutes, I realized something that made my stomach drop. It was the same person doing both voices. The woman's voice sounded fake, almost forced. Then suddenly everything went quiet, complete silence. A few seconds later, I heard a muffled voice through the wall saying, "I hear you in there." I froze completely. My heart started pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. I slowly walked toward the window beside my bed and pulled the curtain back just a little. And the second I looked outside, I nearly screamed. There was a man standing directly outside my window, trying to look inside my room. He didn't move. He just stood there smiling. I immediately backed away and called the front desk. The woman sounded annoyed, but eventually she moved me to another room downstairs near the office and right beside my car. I locked the door, pushed a chair against it, and somehow managed to fall asleep. But a few hours later, I woke up to footsteps outside my room. Slow footsteps. Back and forth. Back and forth. Then I heard breathing right outside the door. I looked through the peephole, and it was the same man from upstairs, standing there completely still, staring directly at my door. The second the sun started coming up, I grabbed all my stuff, threw it into my car, and drove away without even checking out. I still think about that motel sometimes, and honestly, I don't think that man was ever actually staying there.